Konnichiwa. Now you guys are making a bookmark in your group, so it's going to look a bit like this. It's going to be a bookmark, probably with some blossoms on it if that's what you choose, and a tassel. Tassel makes the bookmark really pretty. Okay, so you'll have a basket on your table with some different supplies in it, and I'll show you how to use them. So first of all, you are going to take out a piece of card, choose what color you would like, and then we've got these blossom stamps. Now look, if you decide you want to do a drawing or something else on your stamp, you're quite welcome to, but I've got these blossoms which make me think of cherry blossoms in Japan, so this is one option for you. There's a little ink pad. Now I want you to be careful with the ink pad. We don't want ink on you, on your clothes, on other people. The ink is only to go on the stamps and onto the paper. That's it. Please take care with them. Let me explain how to use the stamps properly. All right, so when you are stamping, it's important not to get too much ink on the stamp. So the trick is just hold the ink pad with one hand and tap the stamp a few times, and then you can check to see that the stamp has been covered properly with ink, and then you'll see it will make a nice stamp like that. If you stamp too much, let me give you an example what I mean. If you put too much ink on your stamp and you press it down really hard, you're going to end up getting ink all the way around the outside of the stamp and maybe even on the wood. We don't want that, because what will happen then, if you're pressing it down on the paper and you're kind of moving it around, you're going to find it makes these yucky, messy edges. So we don't want that. So the trick is just tapping it and then press straight down without wobbling it. And there you go. All right. Now another trick that is really cool with these stamps is I have a matching paper punch. It matches the same shape. So what you can do with your scrap paper that's on your desk, make a stamp close to the edge of the paper. It's not going to work if it's in the middle, so on the edge like that. And then take the punch, turn it upside down. You can slide the punch over the stamp, turn it around and line it up. And then punch, and there you go. You've just punched out a perfectly cut blossom, and you might use that to stick onto your bookmark. That's just, another way that you could do it, but otherwise just, using those stamps in whatever sort of pattern you would like. Or one other trick is that you could actually punch, I wouldn't do more than one, I think one would be enough. You could punch a hole in the bottom of your bookmark, and that would look really cool to have one punched out section. All right. But the most important thing here is the tassel. So let's talk about how to make the tassel. Firstly, you can do it first or later. I'm going to punch just a circle using the hole punch so we can thread the tassel through there. Now you're going to choose some wool or thread for your tassel. And I've put some little cardboard templates in there. Don't worry about what it says on it. It's just a piece of cardboard. And you are going to wrap your thread around the template 20 times. So with your thumb of your left hand, if you're right-handed, hold that end down, and then not too tightly, you're going to wrap it around 20 times. I'll pull out some more thread. There we go. All right, that's about 20. And then cut that off. And now next you need to take the ruler and measure out 75 centimeters of wool. Now the ruler is 30 centimeters, so I know that 30 plus 30 is 60, plus another 15 makes 75. All right, a little bit of maths there for you. So you put the two tails together and the other side is a loop. Okay, so we folded it in half basically. Then you get your wrapped around thread and grab all of those layers and thread the loop underneath. See that? Underneath. Pull it out a bit, and with that loop you're going to take the long tails and you're going to thread them into the loop and then gently pull it so it makes a kind of knot there. Looking good. Now that's kind of secure, so we can slide it off. We can slide it off the cardboard. It's looking good. Now the next thing we need to do is make the kind of neck. So if you imagine that that's a head, we need to make a neck for the tassel. So for this one we need 50 centimeters of wool. So with your ruler, we know that's 30 centimeters. We've got 30 plus 20 equals 50. Cut that off. Now, with this bit that's been wound around, we're going to fold that long thread that we've looped through, fold it down so that it's hanging down with the other tassels, and we've got a loop at one end. All right, then with the 50 centimeters you've just cut, we are going to put that tail end down with all the other threads. Don't worry if it's not exactly the right length, we'll fix that up later. And we're going to wind it around the tassel around about 1 centimeter. It doesn't matter, we don't have to measure it, but about 1 centimeter. And we're going to carefully, and try and make it tight as well, because we want to get that neck effect, right? So wind it around a few times, I don't know, maybe like 8 times or something, until you feel like you're happy with that little lumpy neck bit there. And then using one of those long threads, preferably the one that you started with, you're going to tie a knot, a nice tight knot with the other long thread. Tie a knot there, pull it tight, and it's going to look a bit like this. Now we've got all these loops here, we're ready to cut them. Grab your scissors, put it through the middle of the loops, and we're going to cut that. And there are still a few long ones left, so we'll just trim those carefully so they're about the same length as the other ones. It's looking pretty good. Now with our bookmark, we've made that hole with the punch. We take the loopy end, poke it through, and then stick the tassel through the loop and gently pull it. Don't pull too hard or you'll rip the card, but there you go. That's how you make a tassel. I'll show you, if you want, you could round the corners of your bookmark with the little green punch. So I've just noticed I've probably made this blossom punch too close to the corner to be able to round that one off. I'll show you at the top though. So this green punch cuts off the corners and makes them round. I'll show you how to do it. So you thread the card into the punch. I can see that little bit of blue sticking through there, so I know it's in the right spot. Push it in all the way and then push, and you've just made a rounded corner. So I think it looks a bit more professional, like you've taken a bit of extra care when you've got those rounded corners. Let me see if I can do that with the blossom corner. It might be all right. Oh yeah, that still works. There you go. There's your bookmark, all ready to write a beautiful message on the back. Good luck.